Today I'd like to talk about how I water my Hoya. These are my Hoya Carnosa, and I'm actually calling them Crimson Princess. And that's because when I bought them, I noticed that they've got a lot of inner leaf variegation and outer leaf green. And so I went online to see if that's what these were. And I asked some people on Reddit if that's what I had. What I was told was that this could sometimes not be considered a true Crimson Princess because it might not be a clone of the original. Now, I don't really understand what that means, and probably that's something in the future I'm going to want to investigate a little further, but it seems like within certain plant groups and plant societies, they don't breed true, and therefore it might not be considered truly that certain type of plant. When I bought the plant, it was one singular plant in a pot, and when I unpotted it, I realized it was 3 separate individual cuttings. And each one of these is interesting in its own way. And I think that they potted them up in the way that they did, A, to make it look fuller, like you're getting a bigger plant, and B, because this one has a lot more variegation than this one. This one is almost fully green with only 2 little leaves that are variegated. So if you were to provide this to somebody in this manner, you're not going to find them as attracted to this one as maybe they are to this one. So the likelihood of your plant being sold is probably more if you have cuttings of various degrees of variegation. And then there's this little plant here that's got, it's got green leaves and just a touch more variegation on it as well. One of the things I've noticed is over time, like when I got this plant, it had this vine, but it didn't necessarily have these leaves on it. So it is growing. They do seem to be pretty happy. This one's not grown as much. I think that it might have a sprout coming in, but I'm not sure. This one has definitely sprouted a lot. It's got 2 vines that are going to happen and brand new little leaves, which is exciting to me because I don't think I've ever seen this type of Hoya have new leaves before. So it'll be really neat to see, are they variegated or are they not? Now this plant is also in soil that is kind of rocky and kind of barky. So it's very, very like aeroid mix, well draining, almost orchid mix. Since it worked well with the Hoya pubicalyx, I thought it may work well with these guys as well. And so far it really has worked well, but the reason I have to bottom water them is top watering them didn't allow the root ball to grab enough water, and the leaves were getting limp and wrinkly and just obviously thirsty because they just weren't soaking up enough water. I water them once a week. I put them in this little bath and I let them do what they need to do while I maybe water some other plants or whatever I'm doing. And then I'll come back to them and I'll take them out of the bucket and put them back where they belong on my other shelf. They're under pretty good lights because my understanding is Hoya are semi-succulent almost in nature, and they can handle the light that you give it. And not only that, I might see some blushing of pinkness on the leaves if I have it under a little bit of light stress. Now, I haven't seen it, which is disappointing. I really do like a pink plant, and I think that's a theme that you'll find on my channel a lot. I really do like me a pink plant. But otherwise, I have to say, they're really adorable. They're very small. I like the fact that I broke them up into separate pots so that I can evaluate them as separate plants and really just see how they do. It's both, rewarding and experimental to do it in this fashion. I have them on my top shelf, and I don't put them in any particular order. And I'm finding that because they're not in any particular order, every time I put them back up here, they might be in a different position. Honestly, I don't know that it matters that much, considering the amount of light that they get, but maybe a little bit of, shuffling is not necessarily a bad thing. They're up here next to my Peperomia Golden Gate, my Peperomia Watermelon, and then in the back is my Sansevieria francisii. such a really striking plant that I'll probably talk about at a later date. I just kind of wanted to talk about these guys today. I hope you enjoyed a look at my Hoya Carnosa pink princesses. Thank you for joining. Have a good day.